Imagine a city that never sleeps, billions of lights blinking, communicating, creating life. That city is your brain. 86 billion neurons talk to each other every second, forming thoughts, emotions, memories, and dreams. But sometimes, that perfect rhythm of communication begins to break. Messages slow down, lights fade, energy drains away. This is not weakness. This is depression, a real, biological storm inside the human brain. It changes how we think, how we feel, how we move, and even how we see the world. Every thought or feeling is born from a signal, a small electrical spark that jumps from one neuron to another. Those jumps depend on chemical messengers called neurotransmitters. The main ones for mood are serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine. Serotonin is the peacekeeper. It stabilizes mood, regulates sleep, and helps you feel content. Dopamine is the reward messenger. It gives you motivation and the drive to chase goals. Norepinephrine energizes you to act, focus, and face challenges. When these signals fall out of balance, the brain's emotional circuit begins to malfunction. You may not feel pleasure from the things you once loved. Small tasks seem impossible. The world feels slower, darker, heavier. Chronic stress is one of depression's strongest triggers. The HPA axis activates, releasing cortisol. Cortisol helps you survive in short bursts, keeping you alert and ready to act. But constant stress keeps cortisol high, damaging neurons, especially in areas that control mood and memory. The hippocampus, your memory center, shrinks under long-term stress. The amygdala, your fear center, grows hyperactive. And the prefrontal cortex, which helps you plan and stay calm, slows down. Logic and emotion often feel like they're fighting inside your head. Depression isn't just about emotions, it's physical. Your thyroid gland helps regulate energy and metabolism. When thyroid hormones drop, you feel drained, foggy, and slow, symptoms that mimic depression. Estrogen and testosterone also influence mood by affecting serotonin and dopamine levels. This is why hormonal changes can spark depressive episodes. Every system in the body is connected. When one falters, the rest struggle to keep balance. Sleep and mood share the same architecture in the brain. Melatonin controls the sleep-wake cycle. In depression, melatonin production becomes irregular, nights turn restless, mornings feel foggy. The brain loses its rhythm of repair. Without deep sleep, emotional circuits don't reset. The result, exhaustion that feels endless, even after a full night in bed. Inside a healthy brain, emotion and logic dance together in balance. But during depression, that harmony is broken. The amygdala, responsible for detecting threats, becomes overactive, constantly signaling fear, worry, and sadness. The prefrontal cortex, which helps regulate those emotions, becomes underactive, too quiet to calm the storm. The hippocampus, the keeper of memory, shrinks under chronic cortisol, making it harder to form positive thoughts. The result is a looping soundtrack of self-doubt and hopelessness, not because you chose it, but because your brain's wiring is literally stuck in pain mode. People with depression often describe it not as sadness, but as nothing. A blank space where emotion used to be. Food tastes the same. Music loses color. Conversations feel far away. This emptiness is the mark of low dopamine, the brain's reward system shutting down. It's not weakness. It's chemistry. And chemistry can change. The good news, the brain is not static. It can heal, reconnect, and regrow. Therapy teaches the brain to rewire negative thought loops. Medication, like SSRIs and SNRIs, helps restore serotonin and norepinephrine levels. Exercise boosts dopamine and BDNF, a growth factor that helps neurons regenerate. Meditation and deep breathing lower cortisol and calm the HPA axis. Sunlight increases serotonin naturally and restores your body's circadian rhythm. Even small acts, journaling, connecting with loved ones, spending time in nature sends signals of safety to your nervous system. Over time, the fog lifts. The brain literally begins to light up again, neuron by neuron, as balance returns. Neuroscience has shown that every experience changes the brain. Thoughts, memories, and emotions shape its architecture through neuroplasticity. So healing isn't about snapping out of it, it's about training your brain to build new paths. Each moment of gratitude, every breath of calm, every step outside, it's your brain learning to live again. Depression doesn't erase who you are. It just buries your light beneath chemical clouds. But those clouds can clear with time, care, and help. Depression is not a moral failure. It's not a sign of weakness. It's a signal, your mind and body asking for balance. Just as the sky can't hold a storm forever, your brain is built to heal. With the right support, therapy, medicine, love, rest, faith, the lights inside you will turn on again. And when they do, you'll see that even the darkest night still ends in dawn.